Welcome back. Time now for the News 4 Desk Check, where we talk with assignment manager Russ Barbera every morning to get a look at the stories we're working on for the day. And Russ, you've got a big follow-up to tell us about this morning.
We do. You know, one of our tasks here on the desk is to not only manage the stories that are happening and you're going to see today on the air and on WIVB.com, but to keep tabs on other stories that you've seen in the past to make sure if there's any new information on them that we get it to you. And one of the last things I did yesterday before I left was to check on the accident involving the beloved teacher in Kenton, Brian Dugan, to see what, if any, charges would be filed against the woman in the car. And they just faxed us the information. The driver is going to be charged with a V&T, which is basically a traffic infraction for going through a red light and failure to yield to a pedestrian in a crosswalk, based on witness statements and evidence from the accident scene, and there are no pending criminal charges. People are going to wonder, well, how could that be? But this is not uncommon. I've seen it many times over the years. If there is an accident where there really is no criminal negligence in driving, well, you know, there's no drugs, there's no alcohol, there's no whatever, texting and driving, things like that. The woman just went through the red light, and he was crossing at the same time. I just spoke with the chief and said that to him. I said, you know, we're not trying to challenge you on what you did, but people are going to wonder, why is it just a traffic violation? So they've agreed to talk to us today, and we're going to bring that information to you.
And I think a lot of people might say she's suffering enough as it is, having to live with it the rest of her life, knowing that because she ran a red light, apparently, you know, this two young children are orphaned, a wife is without her husband, and it's just a terrible situation all around.
And he said it's just a tragic accident, and people will say that. You can say that about other things, but the police, the task of the police and the DA is to really put that out in a way, although they don't. They think of those things. They're gonna go after it from a legal point of view and prior precedent and things like that. So, but they will be saying that, you're right.
What else are we working on, Russ?
There is a conference in Buffalo today having to do with Great Lakes restoration. It looks like our country is going to invest a precedent-setting $475 million in the Great Lakes restoration, and we know how important the waterfront is to us. We're trying to develop it. People like to boat, fish, swim, and whatnot. So they say there's going to be a major announcement in about 41 minutes down there about our Great Lakes. So we're going to be there and bring that to you. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to say.
All right, that's all we have time for. Thank you, Russ. And I should say, I said that two young children are orphaned. I meant that they lost their father, just to correct that. But please all log on to WIVB.com and tune into News 4 at noon, 5 and 6 for those stories.